Which scatter plot appropriately models the equation y equals ax to b, where a is positive and b is negative? Okay, that's going to be important here. So what is this? This is actually x to a power, so it's not our typical exponential. This is going to be something more like a 1 over x. This could be y equals, if a equaled 1 and b were negative 1, this would be 1 over x. That would be x to the negative 1. What is the graph of 1 over x? That's going to look like going up to infinity as x gets close to 0. And as x goes to positive values, it's going to go down toward 0. It's going to decay down toward the x-axis. So that would be the correct graph of y equals 1 over x, at least in the positive x territory shown. So it looks like b is the correct graph. That's the one that looks like it has this sort of decaying nature to it. C is positive slope, D shows no indication of a relationship at all, and A looks linear with a negative slope. No, the correct answer is B for 15. Number 16, we have material costs from 3 different stores, a rental cost, and another rental cost for concrete. The total cost, Y, for buying the materials and renting the tools in terms of the number of days X is given. Y equals M plus W plus K quantity times X. So for what number of days X will the total cost of buying the materials and renting the tools from store B be less than or equal to the total cost from buying and renting from store A? Okay, so store B starts with a lower cost outright for the materials. That's our fixed cost. That's 150 difference. So the difference here is minus 150 that has to be made up between the two stores. So each day, the cost of store B is 80 plus 25. It's 105. And each day, the cost for store A is 65 plus 15 is 80. So we've got a 25 differential there. It costs 25 more per day at store B. So originally, store B is less. So anything that's kind of a greater than, we can eliminate. And we can see $25 per day will make up 150 in 6 days. So 6 days times $25 differential will equal the original equipment differential of 150. So the answer for 16 is X is less than or equal to 6. A is the correct answer. And again, we've seen this before. We could model it as a linear equation. One has a lower y-intercept, that's store B at 600. One has a higher y-intercept, that would be store A with 750. And we have different slopes. The one slope that started lower is a higher slope. Eventually they cross at some time T, and that T is 6 days in this case.